All right, we're live. All right, so today we're going to be doing a lot of miscellaneous development for Odoo, just some things that I can kind of share. I'll be going through the entire process, so I don't know the solutions to this. I'm going to be troubleshooting, playing around with things, and kind of figuring it out as we go. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Let me go in here. Okay, let's get started. First, let's open up the custom module. There we go. Let's get a local environment running. Okay. And of course, it's taking a long time now. I don't know why. Probably processing power is a little bit slower than usual. Okay, first thing that we are going to be working on is the ability to add essentially add byproducts to the BoM structure report. So, for example, if we go to a given bill of material here, let's go to table MTO. Notice how we have byproducts here and we have a by serial. If we click on structure and cost report, notice how it doesn't show up as a byproduct, as you can see here. So it doesn't hold the byproduct and we can't see it. So what we need to do is add said byproduct into this so that it shows up here. And then furthermore, if the byproduct is a subassembly of sorts, then we should be able to see it. Okay, so that's essentially what we need to play around with. So the first thing that we want to do here is investigate into how the BoM structure and cost report works and functions. So we're working with version 12 in this first kind of task. And furthermore, what I always like to do is look for unique strings that kind of tell us where it's located. And here, for example, we have BoM structure and cost report, which is part of this. And here we have data prod name. So essentially this kind of tells us that we have something like that. And notice how now we're in the function that gets the BoM. And notice how we essentially now can take a look at how things are determined. Okay, so define get BoM lines on the report. Let's see if there's an inheritance for byproducts. Nope, there's only one. So let's take a look here. Actually, let me put that down here. Drop that down. Okay, so we have, let's see here, components. That's probably going to be the components that append for line and mrp.bom line IDs. Notice how it does not iterate through the byproduct lines. And essentially that is the problem there. The fact that it's only iterating through the actual raw materials or the components and not through the byproducts. Hence, since it's not iterating through the components, it's not going to show up, right? So how do we fix for this? Well, the first thing is the beauty of the Odoo API is the fact that it's very simple to expand it, in the sense that here we can just basically do a super on this function and expand it. So after basically doing all the components that append the raw materials, what I'm going to do is I'm going to return and continue appending to components, which is an array. Now here, for example, total and subtotal, this is going to be a little bit more complex because we're going to have to consider what values are there for the byproduct and so forth. But okay, without further ado, let's go for it. Let's go back here and let's take a look and see if we're already inheriting BoM structure report, which if we go back up here, it is report.mrp.bom structure. So Not sure if we've already in the custom module done anything with it here, and it seems like we haven't. So we're in the clear there. What we're gonna do first is gonna go ahead and add a new folder, and let's call this, oh, not here, and let's call this report. Let's go to the main init here, and let's do from import report. So basically all of these guys here. We're going to go ahead and copy the init from the models and just paste it right here so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Okay, let's go ahead and remove these, all of these imports and so forth. And let's go now to, we're going to be using this, so we're going to call it that. So let's go ahead here, change that like that, and like that, and then here, command U. I'm actually just going to do it from within here, and .py. Okay, and basically what I'm going to do right now is going to copy this, even though I'm inheriting like that, and then here, for example, we're not going to redefine it, we're going to inherit it like so. It's an abstract model, and more specifically what we're going to inherit is the define get BoM lines. So we're going to go ahead and copy this, go down here, paste that there, but essentially we're not going to redefine it, we're just going to expand it, but I still bring it in because I want to you know, see what the function was while I code and code the expansion, if you will. So okay, res, and actually I'm going to do components, and then total is equal to the super of, and then basically do the class, and then basically on self, and then dot get BoM lines like so, and then basically pass the attributes that this is attribute. I mean that it's being passed here. So like so. What this basically does is I'm not going to rewrite the function. I'm basically just expanding it, and I'm saying I'm going to run the function how it's written by the base code. So if it changes, it's still going to run. It's not going to break. If someone adds a commit in a newer version, you know, it's more sustainable. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand the components dictionary with this. So let's go in here. So components total, and basically for line in, no longer the components, but we're going to talk about byproducts here. So here we have, let me add debug, like so. And we're talking about the sub underscore products. So we're going to be iterating through the sub underscore products, like so. For line in BoM.sub, line quantity is equal to BoM quantity divided by BoM.product quantity, or 1.0 times line times product quantity, which is line product underscore quantity. That works. BoM, that's BoM quantity, perfect. If line.skip BoM lines, basically this is a function that basically asks if we should skip the BoM line. We're going to keep that. This function, just through experience, I know is a function that you know, wonders if it's a consumable or something along those lines. So we're going to keep that there. Now the problem is the skip BoM line function happens on mrp.BoM line, so we might want to add it to the byproduct model. So for example, define skip BoM line, and basically here, if self.attribute value IDs, and actually that's fine, because I thought for some reason this function was the one that checks if it's a kit or a consumable, and just from reading this right now, actually it is not. It is not that function. It's a function that basically tries to filter out lines based upon attributes. So in this case, it doesn't make any sense to have this function. So let's go ahead and remove this. Okay. Then we have price is equal to line.product.umid compute price. Okay, so we're basically computing the price Standard price, good. Product underscore UMO, UOMID. Let me double check if the byproducts has UOM. I kind of forgot. Let's go configuration settings. Let's enable the unit of measure edition here. And I believe it does. I believe it does.